Here we go. We're back with another episode of Basic Bogeys. We've got a sort of recurring guest here. We have Owen back with us. Owen was on as part of the Open Preview show, Boots on the Ground over there. So welcome, Owen. How you doing?
What's up, buddy? Thanks for having me on. Don't know if I'm more nervous about being on my first podcast ever or talking to Gary for the first time ever. I've heard a lot of stuff about you at work.
I don't even want to fucking know. Podcast related, music related, who knows? TJ probably tell you about getting hit in the face with a pool ball at his house.
Yeah.
Did I tell you that?
I haven't heard that one.
Sorry, I'll share a TJ story off the pod, but
fair enough. Yeah.
Well, welcome here now that you're actually physically on rather than just your voice. So tell us a little bit about how you got to acquiring the tickets and getting over there to the Open at Royal Portrush.
We should just call it the Owen.
Yes.
Not the Open, the Owen.
The Owen.
Yeah. Nah, come on now. I'm not that special. But so the way it works is, so to start out, to give the full picture, my dad's from Ireland originally. He grew up there in Kilkenny, Ireland, which is southeastern portion of Ireland, until he's about 22 years old, and then moved over to Washington, D.C., met my mom, and who's from Syracuse, and the rest is history, right? Anyway, so growing up with my dad, just Ireland was always a big thing for me. And golf was as well. We'd always talk about it. We'd always watch it together. I didn't like it as much as I do now when I was younger because obviously a little slower pace and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But my dad loved it. I loved it, and so it was a big bonding point for the two of us, I guess. But anyway, so when the Open went back to Portrush in 2019, I think which is the second time. The first time I'd been there was 1951, 1952, I want to say. And so a long time. So that was a big deal. And then Shane Lowry going on and do what he did was a massive deal.
Right.
That's the number one sporting moment of my life. Specifically the Saturday round he shot a 63 and I just never seen anybody more on in terms of chipping the ball and making putts and whatever else. And I was literally watching every single shot of it. And then Sunday, he just brought it home and unbelievable. So when it was announced that I was coming back in 2025, I was like, why not? Like, why not try? They do a lottery system, similar to the Masters. Was listening to an interview with the R&A chairman. He said that around, I believe it was around 1.2 million people applied for the tickets for the Open this year, and 274,000 people got in. So lucky enough to do that. Got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So Tuesday, Wednesday practice round, Thursday first round. So yeah.
Yeah, and I know we had talked before. You kind of you went to Oak Hill, and so you've seen other major golf tournaments before. So just how does it kind of compare, major to major, and how the event was kind of run compared to the PGA Championship versus the Open?
Right. Yeah. So the one thing that stuck out the most was the fans. Going to Oak Hill, I went in 2016 and 2023, and then also went to the 2019 PGA Championship, actually on the Sunday when Brooks Koepka won. And the fans, especially Beth Page to a lesser extent in Oak Hill, were shouting a little more than they were in the Open. The Open, they weren't shouting at all. I heard one guy say mashed potato after I think it was Xander maybe hit a ball, and there wasn't any.
They wasted a mashed potatoes on Xander. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah. I might be wrong, but anyways, no one laughed, no one else said anything. It was just kind of awkward silence, because they just don't. That's just not what they do over there.
Yeah.
And so that definitely stuck out. Talked about that with my dad and my uncle, who's actually he'd been a marshal at one of the Ryder Cups. So
that's pretty sick.
The one in Rome, the Marco Simone.
Yeah.
Pronounce it. So yeah, so that definitely stuck out. And then what you said in terms of running the tournament, it was so efficient. Like, it was unbelievable. Portrush is a small little town on the coast of Ireland. We stayed an hour away in Belfast because it's a little more remote up there in Portrush. So to try to find hotels or rent a house, you'd be paying up, paying a lot of money. So
Yeah.
but we drive up and do the park and ride, and there, you weren't waiting in line at all. There, people get on the bus, and then another bus is right there behind, take you in 15 minutes. You walk in, you're right next to the third green. So yeah, it was just, everything about it was just amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that was something that was kind of great. Like, I remember that at Oak Hill, too, just having that park and ride, and it was like, you were there so quick, so efficiently, and got in and got out, and it was, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, because that's the last thing you want. People travel a long way to go to all these golf tournaments. You don't, if they're messing up and making people wait, for an hour or something for a bus.
Where was it? There was like an LPGA event not too long ago that they had that issue. Yeah. There was major shuttle issues, and people got so pissed.
Yeah.
What was that?
My cousin was there, and I think he had to wait like 2 hours.
Oh. We had to wait,
like crazy.
15 minutes? Not even?
Yeah. That reminds me of when we went to the Metallica show at the Dome, and after waiting 3 hours, we ended up walking from the Dome to Skytop. Like, that was just an absolute disaster.
The worst I've ever been in traffic like that, though, like shuttles, was I went to see Noah Khan at the amphitheater, and I parked like, I don't know, kind of towards the end of it. We were in standstill there for 3 hours after the show. It was 3 full hours.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
Brutal.
Yeah.
That's no fun. Yeah.
So what was kind of like some of your favorite things that you saw maybe in the practice round, but then also like that first round of a competition?
So a couple things. So the first day we were there, we kind of did, because we knew, so it was me, my dad, my one uncle, Alan, was there Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Other uncle was there just Tuesday. He was heading back. But anyway, so the Tuesday, we did the back 9, knowing we do the front 9 the next day, and then do whatever on round 1. And my uncle Ted, who was there just for the Tuesday, I remember walking up to 16, which is called Calamity Corner, and is their most famous hole, right? And we were going through it backwards, so we walked up to the green, and he said, he's like, I thought this was supposed to be some crazy hole or whatever, because you're looking at the green and it looks like it's a green. Like it's it's not like nothing, but it's it's whatever. And then we saw a couple shots come in, and we walked down towards the tee, and we look back and you're like, oh, and you just see like it's like almost like a cliff face, like off the front right. With all this fescue and long grass, and we kind of looked at each other like, yeah, that makes more sense.
Checks out.
And it's, what is it? I think I have it here.
It's like 220 or 230, right?
Yeah, it's 236 yards. And the thing that was another thing that stuck out in terms of the course was the wind changes. It's not always going the same direction. So like if it's going against you, that's miles long. Yeah. Saw Ryan Fox go up there and hit a shot and landed short in the stuff in the practice round. And I was like, oof, like don't want to be doing that. I actually watched when I came back home, some of the live from the Open coverage on the Golf Channel. And Johnson Wagner go out, hit all these shots at all the majors and whatnot. And he was hitting a shot from all that long grass in the front there. And he sculled it and it went into the stands behind the green.
Oh my God. It
just goes to show you, like you don't know what you're getting once you get into there, and you're very likely to end up there. So
yeah.
I love when holes have like hardcore drop off like that. What's the going back to Oak Hill, the hole that Michael Block hold? 15, 16? It's like
I
either
can't
way.
remember,
It's like
but
if you're looking at the hole from the tee box, it's like flat, and then it drops down like 20 something feet
yeah,
into a
Yeah, on the
bunker on
right
each
side there,
side, and it's
yeah.
dude. I remember. I think we saw DJ play out of that, and it was like DJ's a tall dude. It was like miles above his head. You're like, holy shit!
yeah.
But yeah, it's, on a links course like
Like,
that, it's got to be nuts.
yeah, and like going off of that, another kind of drop off was I talked about it when I sent that thing in for you guys, was number 5, which was hands down my favorite hole. Par 4, going kind of diagonal fairway from off the tee, going left to right. How far was it? 372 yards. And then literally like not a foot. I literally have my course map that I'm looking at.
Oh, I thought
that I
this
got
man
at the
made
tournament.
podcast notes. I'm like, fucking Steve Levy
No.
out of here his
Maybe
first
I did
time. Let's go,
actually,
dude.
but anyways, like, and then the back of the green, there's the white out of bounds markers, and
Yeah.
no exaggeration, no more than a foot behind the green, and then it just drops off to the beach. Like it's unbelievable. And then there's nothing, obviously, no mountains, nothing there, so you're looking out at the water, and so it's just beautiful scene. Yeah. So, and there's just it's just like number 7's another hole, not necessarily drop offs, but the dunes that are on the right hand side, just massive,
Right.
like crazy.
Well, and then
So
you
there's a lot
take.
of cool scenery
Oh, sorry.
like
Keep
that.
going. Sorry.
No, go on, Greg.
No, I was just gonna say. I mean, and then take stuff like that, and then whoever made golf over there is just a grade A asshole. Put in all this stuff and go. By the way, constant 15 to 20 mile an hour winds plus rain all the time. You're gonna get sun for maybe 2 holes, and then it's gonna pour. Get fucked. Like
Right.
that's ridiculous.
Well, so that's the thing. Like it's so much different than, like, I remember watching the Scottish Open, and then obviously watching the Open in Portrush this year, and just so much more now. All the players are playing over in America on the PGA Tour. So many less guys during the crux of the year are playing on the European Tour, just because of the elevated events and all that stuff. So it's a totally different type of golf, and it's just, so it's got to be for guys that haven't really gone over and played links courses, but have maybe been having a good year on the PGA Tour, and go over to that. It's got to be shell shocking, like, but it's just a mental thing, right? Like, if you go there and you're like, oh my God, this is so different, and you let that get to you, you're not going to make the cut. You're
Right.
for a round. Or if you embrace it, like Xander, I think, has done last couple of years, like clearly how Scotty did this year, and you just go out there and take it for what it is, and
Right.
and you go for it, then you're going to be successful.
Still golf at the end of the day, so
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and the other big thing too with it being all on that shoreline is just taking into account like the wind direction changes from day to day, and
Yeah.
I'm sure some of the holes they were playing in the practice round, wind was from one direction, and then you get to round 1 and it's like complete opposite way.
I would even go to
It's
say
just
it's not even
changing everything.
day to day. It's probably shot to shot. I mean, some of those shots are you're probably hitting into the wind, and then you get down the fairway, and all of a sudden it's gusting left to right, and it's like, holy shit. Especially like what you said, Owen. There's no mountains. It's like not all flatland, but I mean it's right there off the coast. Like that's just prime time to get to have the Mother Nature screwing around with you.
Yeah. Like you're saying, TJ, like the wind change, and Tuesday, Wednesday, it was coming off the sea into the land, and then Thursday, completely different, completely switched, and was going off the land.
That's so crazy.
Ocean. So like they were playing shots that they had the day before, but they probably had to use completely clubs. And like Wednesday was a really nice day. It was like no rain at all,
right.
Sunny. I might have even gotten a sunburn from that day. And so my uncle was saying, like, what are they going to learn from today in terms of like the shots are hitting from the fairway and whatnot? Now the weather didn't end up being, as far as I remember, the massive part of the rest of the weekend.
Yeah.
Like we didn't really get those crazy conditions that I think everybody was kind of hoping they get in the Open.
Mm-hmm.
But still, it's, typically it's a big part of links golf. But that obviously wasn't that weekend, and allowed Scotty to go on and win by 4 strokes there. So
thanks for watching today's episode.
To see more of our content, be sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and subscribe on YouTube. We can be found at Basic Bogeys on all platforms.
Thanks. We hope to see you on the next one.